Things are not looking good for Manchester United. They lost 2-0 to Brighton on the opening day of the season and then suffered an embarrassing defeat at the hands of Brentford, where they conceded 4 goals in 35 minutes. In the first game, Erik decided to bench Cristiano Ronaldo, which appeared to be more of a case of sending out a message to the wantaway striker. It didn't really work then, and it also didn't work against the Bees, since despite starting that encounter, the veteran forward was unable to make the difference. Meanwhile, PSG are looking to take advantage of United's misery by making a move for Marcus Rashford, who's a shadow of his former self. Barcelona have had a great transfer window. A lot of good players were signed, but that made no difference whatsoever, as the Catalans were held to a goalless draw by Rayo Vallecano on opening day. Before we get started, we want to share the sponsor of today's video. The OneFootball app is the ultimate football platform and is a must-have for every football fan, so that you can follow all of your favourite leagues, teams and players all the time right from your phone. You can be sure to turn on notifications for specific players to be instantly alerted when they score a goal or when they are involved in other breaking news. It is the best and easiest way to stay up to date with everything football. Click the link in the description down below to download the app right now. You won't regret it. Disappointment. This is the word that best summed up the general feeling of the Catalan press and Barcelona supporters on Sunday morning. The 0-0 draw at Camp Nou against Rayo Vallecano after a flamboyant transfer window has disappointed more than one. Of course, not enough to raise the alarm bells, and if we put aside some defensive concerns, the performance of Xavi's men was not so bad. But on the other side of the Pyrenees, we expected much better. Disappointing draw to start the season. Xavi asks for patience, but the team has shown that they have a lot of things to improve, are some of the comments that can be read on the front page of the Daily Sport. Bitter start. The new Barca started with an old flaw. They failed to convert their chances against an organised rival, explains Mundo Deportivo. And it must be said that there are only very few players who are doing well. Marc-Andre ter Stegen is part of this shortlist. The German made several decisive saves, while Lewandowski was good, even if he missed several great chances. The Pole showed leadership and was eager in his participation in the game. Quite the opposite of Sergio Busquets, for example, who was beaten by his opponents, with an indigestible performance concluded by a red card. Jordi Alba also takes it for his rank, while the two young Gavi and Pedri are also singled out. As for Rafinha and Dembele, it was a mixture of the good and the bad. Both men struggled to impose themselves consistently. There were a few sparks here and there, but they never amounted to much. Paris Saint-Germain are on the attack. This week, the residents of the Parc des Princes will have to manage the tensions between Neymar and Kylian Mbappe. A meeting is also planned between the two men, Christophe Galtier and Luis Campos. The latter could have done well without it, given that he has bigger fish to fry. The Portuguese is, in fact, focused on the transfer market and the quest for an additional attacking element. Last week, the Daily L'Equipe revealed that Marcus Rashford was targeted by the champions of France. Information confirmed by the English press, which mentioned a meeting between the leaders of PSG and the agents of the Manchester United player. But on Friday, Erik, new coach of the Red Devils, calmed the Parisians. Asked about Marcus Rashford at a press conference, the Dutch technician closed the door to a departure. He is very important, and you have seen him since the first day I arrived. I am very happy with him. I don't want to lose him. Of course, he is part of our plans, so he will stay at Manchester United. But Paris Saint-Germain have obviously not given up. The Times and The Sun are sure that the capital club wants to move the England international under contract until 2023. The British media explain that PSG will make a mega offer to Rashford. The discussions between the French club and the player's entourage have progressed well and are very positive. The Times specifies for its part that Luis Campos has made it his priority and believes that the striker has been misused at Manchester United, where he has played under a lot of coaches. A club that has not been able to get the best out of him, according to the Portuguese, who dreams of associating him with Kylian Mbappe. PSG still have 2 good weeks to convince United. In what was a very surprising turn of events, Erik opted to bench Cristiano Ronaldo in the opening game of the Premier League season against Brighton. The Portuguese has been making headlines for his desire to leave Old Trafford just a year after making an emotional return. The legendary striker was expected to start against the Seagulls, given Anthony Martial's injury. However, the Dutchman decided to start with Christian Eriksen as a false 9, in a decision that backfired. However, starting the veteran forward from the bench was no statement, as revealed by the United boss. Speaking to BBC Sport, Ten Hag said, "Ronaldo is working really hard to get in the right fitness levels. It will take time. He started pre-season last week. It depends on how quick he is progressing. At present, United are in a mess. They were hammered 4-0 by Brentford in a game where we saw all the issues Ten Hag has to address. The defence was crap, the midfield non-existent, and the less we talk about the front three, the better. It is quite a shame that the board has once again not backed a new manager. This is becoming a recurring theme at Manchester United. In fact, there isn't even a false dawn that could give supporters some false hope. And to make things worse, United do not have a lot of time left in the summer transfer market, where they were expected to make whole-scale changes to the squad. A few months back, Ralf Rangnick said that Manchester United needed an open heart surgery. A couple of months later, he left the club. Today, those words make total sense.